Welcome back to the channel. Today is build update number 2 for Mike's 1936 Ford Roadster. I feel like we have a lot of Mikes, so this is new Mike. And also I'll kind of touch base on how our weekend went at Good Guys. We went to Good Guys Rod and Custom Show in Puyallup 2 weekends ago. We had a booth there, 4 or 5 cars kind of cycled throughout the weekend. The big 2 for the weekend were the Bronco and the 47 Buick. Both 2 new builds that kind of debuted at Good Guys, which was really great. It's our first year that we brought 2 complete builds. Usually we're just like rolling 1 out. So that was a good accomplishment for the shop, and they both left with awards and had a really good weekend. Got lots of good feedback. The Bronco got a Builder's Choice from Mark Morrison, and the Buick was selected by Good Guys as a wild card pick. So they both ran through the winner's circle on Sunday. Then the owner of the Buick, actually, they live down in Oregon about 5 hours away. They jumped in it and drove it all the way home that night. So just kind of finished out the whole weekend really well. A lot of fun being out there with the owners, enjoying the cars and getting feedback from everybody else and just having fun with it. So we also brought out the Cobra, which you can actually, you guys have seen this before, but we're just putting new wheels on it. So this was another project that we painted within this last year, kind of a crowd favorite. It's got these really sweet little vents on it that Derek machined. Those are available if anybody else wants some. We've made a few sets, all black. This is aluminum. This is the one that got smashed. The fender was smashed. A great weekend with a good spread of cars. On Saturday, the cars have to go over to Sillyville, they call it, which is where the awards are at, or where you can like contend for an award basically, which is great because we had 2 cars go over there, 2 new builds, but what it leaves us with is an empty booth on Saturday, which is like the most busiest day. I had lined up the 50 Ford F1, which I would really love to do a video on that soon because you guys have not seen that. So that rolled in on Saturday, and my grandpa's car rolled in on Saturday, the 35 that we built with a flathead in it. It was just, yeah, it was a great weekend. I encourage you to go out. Good Guys is a really great show. You can kind of cruise around through the show. It draws a really wide variety of cars and crowd. It's just really easy going, so it's a good time. To get back to the 36, like I said, this is our second build update, so you can go back and see the first one talking about kind of how we start these projects and a little bit of the thinking behind it. But this is one that I'm really excited about. 36 Ford Roadster. There's not a ton of them out there. Maybe Tyler could fact check this, but like they built 2,000, I think, considering it's been 80, 90 years or whatever since these were built. I don't know how many are left, but it's fun to have an original one in here, and we're excited to do this project. Right now, it's in the rotisserie, so body's off, can been completely disassembled. We put all this fixturing in here to secure the body. There's nothing basically that ties this cowl into these quarter panels. Convertibles are very flimsy in that respect. They completely rely on the chassis. You basically have this rocker and a little section of pretty flat floor to hold it together. So before the body even comes off the frame at all this bracing gets done, X's and everything, so that we can put it on the rotisserie and have it support itself and not twist in half. After the body is in the rotisserie, the next task is a dirty one, and it's stripping all the undercoating. Whether the car is sandblasted or dipped, it doesn't matter. All the rubberized undercoating has to come off. Some of it's probably been on there since this thing was new. Some of it was added over the years, basically. Yeah, it's just messy. Nobody likes doing it, but it's got to be done. Kind of one of those things. We have been using dry ice to help break it up. You can use heat, dry ice. There's dry ice blasting. You can use alcohol in some cases. You basically pack the dry ice throughout this whole thing. You wear gloves and everything because that stuff's kind of nasty. And you let it sit on there, and it freezes it so hard you can break it right off, which really helps speed it up. And with it in the rotisserie, you can literally turn this thing on its side, put dry ice, because there was all throughout these quarter panels. Set dry ice in there and like this, scrape it all off, flip it all the way over, do that to the bottom, and it works really well. It kind of helps expedite it, but it's just a timely process that you have to take the time to do it right now, because if they go blasting, it's just going to bounce right off the rubber. Same with all the seam sealer. So any seams in the door jambs or along the floor, that's rubberized as well, and that also needs to be stripped. We also go through and strip any excessive body filler on it or lead. Unfortunately, the lead was a favorite of whoever restored this car. Who knows when. This car, and I probably say this in the first video, I definitely thought it was much more solid than it turned out to be. I mean, what can you expect for a 90 some odd year old car? It's had a long life, and all these cars, it seems like they all go through a phase where they're maybe 30 years old, they're outdated, they're broken, engine's blown up, whatever it is. Nobody really wants to put any money into them, and they kind of just get pushed to the side. So there's like, at 30 years, I would say, that's a risk. Then maybe for the next 15, 20 years, they're getting beat up, and then people are starting to come back around to them again. So it's just inherent. What we found was a lot of leaded repairs. I've never seen anybody do repairs like this before. Like, say this corner was rotted out. They had a patch panel. They took a hammer and bashed in the area where they wanted to join the patch panel in. They overlapped it, spot welded it, and then leaded over the entire thing. And it's better than chicken wire, I'll say that, because I've definitely seen that. But yeah, not good. I mean, those panels are going to rust in between. They're 100% going to move in the sun. I mean, I've seen it where a repair was done, overlapped repair. Looks great in the shop. You get it out in the sun and it warms up and you just see literal lines right through it, right where the sun warms it up. The two metals are stuck together, but not fully, so they move and heat and expand at different rates. That same repair method, we'll call it, was used there on this quarter panel, all along the back of this thing. These are really common areas to rot out. I actually replaced basically all of these panels on my grandpa's 35. It's just where the water sits. I think somebody had Frenched in a license plate in this at one point, which is kind of interesting. It's like maybe at some time somebody made it into a little bit of a custom and then they kind of restored it, because the way we saw it was very restored. This corner, this quarter panel, this cowl side, and also some floor repairs, which we knew a little bit more about the floor repairs. Not as critical because we know it's going on the Art Morrison chassis, which is going to require floor modifications to basically channel it over the frame. We know it's getting a bigger motor tranny, different firewall. So like a lot of that stuff, you know, it's getting cut out anyways. It is what it is. You can see a picture of the 36 Ford that we did years ago that Mike saw and kind of inspired him to like these cars maybe, or like the design of it at least. You can see some of the floor mods we did to that car. So very similar to this, just a two-door Roadster. So we'll actually send the whole car to the sandblaster in the rotisserie. They'll blast all of this like this. I think Derek touched on in our last video, we were gonna have this acid dipped, but because there's wood in the body, we can't do that. I was really hoping to do that. We've never done it before. I wanted to try it out, but that's okay. There's really accessible to get everywhere in this car, so sandblasting, it'll be just fine. This whole firewall is gonna get cut out. Battery will get relocated. The new firewall will basically push this notch back a ways, give it a little bit more room for the engine. We're thinking LS with like maybe some of the Delmo parts that kind of make them look a little more vintage. We're kind of working through that detail right now. We have the chassis, but we have the chassis and the tranny actually. He just decided to move away from the small block that was in it, which I support. We're also talking about chopping this thing. It's just developing. We're on Tavis Highlander's list to get some renderings done and kind of nail down some of those design ideas. So obviously body off chassis. This is the original chassis. The first build update on this, I said 36, I think was the first year. So it has hydraulic brakes. My grandpa corrected me and said that no, 39 was the first year that had juice brakes. So, okay, grandpa, you got me. And you can see that now that the body's off, you can see how haphazardly these brake lines were run. Electrical clamps, straps for hanging lights run, and custom hand-formed brake lines. That's the outline of somebody's knee in 1960. Definitely a good idea to get a new frame, regardless of the condition. This is just really old technology. It's interesting how they did this, and somebody knows a lot more about this than I do, but this is called a torque tube driveline. They literally connect the suspension directly to the driveline tube, which connects to the transmission. Basically the entire rear end, it's got springs, a spring, transversely mounted leaf spring. That's it. It's so, I can't quite understand what the thinking was behind it. Maybe somebody can leave a comment and tell me why they did this, but it makes them so rigid and difficult to modify. A very common conversion is to change this to an open driveline, and then you basically hook the suspension back to the X member, which allows it to all move independently. You put rod end ball joints on those beams and allows it to move. And you can do the same thing with the front. These two, the wishbone is tied together in the front too, which just adds rigidity to this whole thing. They also would have converted, would be a 39 pedal assembly that allowed you to have a master cylinder in it. A lot of things over the years too, you know, they take a torch and cut out a bigger hole so they can run the exhaust. All common stuff. You know, just old. Just needs to go away. So from here, we'll get it sandblasted. All the panels, these are the doors, the fenders are out back. Everything will get stripped. We'll kind of evaluate what needs to be repaired. Maybe make some of the repairs before the body's assembled, maybe not. Like when we're doing this, we need to be able to like put the fender on and off to get the gaps and everything fit right. When we're doing this, we need to have the door on maybe, or at least the running board to be able to make sure that the panel is adjusted right, especially since we know this has been replaced already. It might not even be in the right spot right now or as good as we would like it to be. So kind of evaluate all those things, and then we'll get the chassis in the jig table and begin setting the body over the top of the frame. And that is the time where we're cutting the floor out of the way to get the body sitting where we want it. We'll put some mock-up wheels on it, get the sheet metal mocked up on it, and just begin positioning everything over it. So that's a pretty fun process. So that'll be fun to show and see that over maybe the next couple of months. We'll be able to get to that point because we really need to get the body bolted down to something early, because even with the bracing in, totally solid, it's just nice to have it down, build body mounts before we cut. You know, if we go cutting stuff out of the way, cutting that and the floor all out, it's just a bad idea. Try to get it down on the frame next, get an engine, tranny in, and so on. So it'll be fun to go through this. This is the first build that we've done on YouTube, kind of start to finish. So I look forward to sharing what that looks like and so on. Thanks for watching this build update on the 36 Ford. Be sure to check back for more and follow us on all the social media.
If you like it.
Oh, if you like it, like it. If you have a question, ask it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. That was close.
Do you want me to be by the car?
No, I just need you there because I'm just gonna clip it out.
Okay. What?
Just like a place.